The first mention of cockatrice in English is in the 14th century John Wycliffe translation of the Bible, and the word is used in various Hebrew translations. The Old French word cockatrice comes from the medieval Latin calcatrix, which is a translation of the Greek word ichneumon, meaning tracker. An egg laid by a rooster and hatched by a toad. A snake may be substituted in a retelling. Cockatrice became synonymous with basilisk when the basilisk in Bartholomew's Anglicus de Proprietatibus Rerum, circa 1260, was translated as cockatrice by John Trevisa, 1397. The cockatrice is a legendary creature with a dragon's body and a rooster's head. The beast was believed to be hatched from a rooster's egg incubated by either a serpent or a toad. Its first recorded mention in English appears in a Wycliffite Bible dated 1382. Most often, basilisks are depicted as a bird, typically a rooster, with a snake's tail. In some illustrations, the basilisk is all snake in terms of physical characteristics, though often with a crest reminiscent of a rooster's head. The mythologies of the cockatrice and basilisk also share similar elements. As with the basilisk, it is fatal for a person to look the cockatrice in the eyes. Both creatures' breath can also cause death according to folklore. The cockatrice tends to be portrayed as more distinctly avian, with a largely bird-like body bearing a snake tail, bird legs, and wings capable of flight, or a cockatrice is a biblical beast. Essentially a two-legged dragon, wyvern, or serpent-like creature with a rooster's head. Often depicted with its comb, wattles and beak being of a different color from the rest of its body. It is thought that a cock egg would hatch out as a cockatrice, and this could be prevented by tossing the egg over the family house, landing on the other side of the house, without allowing the egg to hit the house. The cockatrice has the reputed ability to kill people by either looking at them, the death-darting eye of cockatrice, touching them, or sometimes breathing on them. The weasel is the only animal that is immune to the glance of a cockatrice. It was also thought that a cockatrice would die instantly upon hearing a rooster crow, and according to legend, having a cockatrice look at itself in a mirror is one of the few surefire ways to kill it. Cockatrices were reported not just in North Africa and Arabia like their basilisk antecedent, but also widely through Europe, including several examples from Britain. It may come as a surprise to learn that the cockatrice was formerly mentioned no less than 4 times within the Old Testament of the Bible. 3 of these mentions occurring in the book of Isaiah, and the 4th in the book of Jeremiah. The Hebrew terms that were once translated as cockatrice were Sepha and Sophoni, but in modern-day versions they are translated as viper or adder instead, thus explaining the cockatrice's disappearance from this holy book. Korea, the Jiwayur young, chicken dragon. Just as Oriental dragons are generally more benevolent than malevolent, however, so too is this Korean cockatrice, often pulling the chariots of notable legendary heroes or those of their parents.